Hi again. So for today, what I want to talk about is a topic or fandom really that I've already talked about twice, and that is Doctor Who. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be. And mainly because of the arrival of this guy. Ooh, Whoology. Yeah, right? Pretty sweet. I know. You all are loving it as much as I am. But I ordered this book with a gift card I got for my birthday a little while ago, and it arrived a few days ago, and it's basically all I've been reading. I've got other books that I'm still reading and that I'll talk about later on this week, but it's really this guy that I've been reading. So, hence my Doctor Who rant for the day. So what I want to talk about a bit with this book is kind of two things that kind of go together with it. One of them is how I was reading about how they haven't really changed the costumes for some of the Doctor's like main enemies throughout the years, like the Daleks and the Cybermen. And I think that's kind of great that they don't want to take away from like the storylines with those characters, so that they just make their costumes still very basic, but you still realize like this is clearly not a human race, or not meant to be. So I kind of love that aspect of it because I looked back because I haven't seen everything of Doctor Who. That's a lot of episodes to watch. Okay, I've seen more than 9 through 11, but I'm just saying I haven't seen everything. But like looking back at the Cybermen's first costumes, which look a little bit cheesy, of course, things haven't changed too much for them, though. They probably made that, fabric's a bit more comfortable for the actors to wear, but other than that, and a few upgrades, no pun intended, is, they're pretty much the same. And I think that's kind of great that they just keep it so basic because they know that the focus of the show isn't, costumes and makeup. I mean, yeah, it's a really cool part and they do that really well, but it's not the main focus. The other part of this that I want to talk about is the fact that now some of you may know if you follow Doctor Who, I knew this beforehand, but they go a little bit into it in here. Is that Doctor Who started out as an educational TV show. It started out teaching kids about science and math a bit, and then history. Obviously the science and math being the time travel aspect, then history, well, obviously the places he travels in time, future or past. And I think it's kind of great that up through Matt Smith, and I'm assuming since they've kept it going this long through Capaldi as well, that they've really kept that educational format where yes, interesting storylines go on, and there's drama, and there's different things happening with the characters and companions and whatnot, but at the same time, they're still teaching you about a certain time period or a certain culture of some sort. And they may not go as in depth with some of them, but they still try and teach you something about it, whether it be about the Romans or about Cleopatra or Nefertiti, like all these great different, times of the past. Obviously the future they have a little bit more leeway because we don't know what's going to happen and they get to have more fun. But with the past, it's really great that they still try and really teach kids about this kind of time period and the fact that, this is what it was like back then, whether it seems so strange to you or not. Like, this is just how it was. And that's what it is. And I just think it's really great that they've kept that going throughout the series, to help teach kids about these different cultures and these different time periods. Because if you think about it, I mean, not many kids are totally interested in science and history, unfortunately. I personally used to love history and I loved Egyptian culture specifically. But other than that, I was all about the arts and writing and music, and I wasn't too into like science and math because not my forte, and still isn't. But I think it's great that they're showing kids that it can still be really fun and all the science aspects of it and the time travel and being great with computers or being really smart and figuring out different problems is really a cool thing because I don't think enough kids have that nowadays to teach them, boys and girls, to teach them that they can love something that may seem kind of nerdy or geeky, but it's okay. It's still fun. And as long as you like it, it doesn't matter what other people think or say. So, yeah, that's a bit of my ramble about Doctor Who for the day. I'm gonna go continue reading this before I have to go to my theater job tonight. But Yep, I had something so better to end that with. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Bad ending. Well, that's it. So, bye.